morning to those that are just joining. We're going to get started here in a few minutes, just like always. Good morning, guys. Glad to see you joining the live stream. Hello, Dat1. This is actually, I play a lot of the music from Skyrim, the game Skyrim that came out a couple years ago, because it's at least the place I'm playing it from is not copyrighted, so I don't run into copyright issues by playing it. So that's why I choose a lot of the music from that in most of my streams, actually. The music's quite good, though. Most of it is done with an orchestra, so it's not synthesized. And the quality is pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start. And today is a standard day, and we have made some profits since last stream. Since the last stream, or when I was doing the last stream, I made 1,124, and you guys were well aware of the risk that I took. It was pretty intense day for me trying to get out of a 20 trade basket, or I think it might have been more than that. So where we are today on the account is, or as a total, as a whole, we're at $1,654 total profit since I started the account on the 23rd of this month. Today's profit is $254 so far. So that was, and yesterday obviously was 1,127. So today we've done almost 1%, 0.99%. We've had 9.25 lots out, and I'll go into my trades that I did as well. So what's interesting about yesterday's positions was a loss of 961 pips, but we had a profit. That's because I had some pretty high risk trades going on. Okay, so we took quite a few positions since yesterday, since the big basket closed out, and I'm going to talk about those now. So there's the big basket trade. Everything closed out there. It's interesting because once that closed out, the price actually moved back down quite a bit. So I actually hit the peak of that before the big cutback, which was nice to see that happening. That means I got out at a really good spot. I did later on retrace and push back up, hit that same level, small cutback, and then broke through that again. Okay, so I was watching my my charts throughout the day pretty much to see what was going on, and I ended up taking another manual position here. This was a one lot trade right here after the inside candle. So this is on the 5-minute chart. Be aware that this is the M5. So I'm actually taking some manual scalping positions on the pound CAD. I like the price action, something that I may not do all the time, but when I see the opportunity, I may take some positions. So this was a one lot trade. I closed it out for about 5 pips profit. It ended up being about $73, about 6, maybe 6 or close to 7 pips profit. So that was 73. Then my RMI EA actually entered some trades. So let me just go to the M30. So the M30 shows the inside candle setup here. So we have the large bullish candle with the big wick on the top. Then the inside candle setup here. My RMI EA entered the trade. Right after that, on the opening of the next on the next candle. Okay, so that was a standard entry for the EA. Then, as you guys know, it's on a grid. So the grid entered another position, position 2, so 1 and 2, and then the price ended up pushing back down in a big way. Okay, so when that happened, I actually had pulled a good $159 profit here. So on this position, $159, and that ended up being a good 50 pips on one order and 30 pips on the other, so 70 pips on the pound CAD. Now I actually had both baskets. Now they're running independently now, so that means that the euro pound will be on a 20 pip grid, taking taking its own entries, and the pound CAD will be on its own grid, taking its own entries. But I decided that when the orders happen to be in at the same time on both pairs, that I want to sometimes I may close out both pairs at the same time. As you can see, I did close out these for a small loss, so $33 loss. But the pound CAD closed out at the same time with $159 gain, so I ended up coming out with about $125 total profit from that entire basket. All right, so that was pretty good. Only 5 trades in that basket, and things worked out pretty well. The Let me show you what's currently happening now. So I've done that was last night. Since I'm in the U.S., things are a little different time frame than a lot of you guys. This morning I took a position here. The reason for that is this is again on the M5. I saw this minor resistance point, push down, make a new swing level, push up, and hit that same level again with a nice bullish engulfing candle right after that at that resistance point. So I entered a trade here. Okay, so the trade was entered, and I was looking here only for about 10 pips profit or so, and it moved only about 5. And it was nice to see that price was using this area as a resistance point, at least for a while. So it shot down, or I got the entry, went back up, hit that same level again, went back down, had some support at that same level, which is interesting. Went back up, hit it again, back down, and then eventually just broke through it. Okay, so that's a little unfortunate. It finally broke through that resistance level, and if you guys are watching my trades right now, I'll talk about those in just a second getting there. So broke through and entry here. Now this entry was because of this candle. I saw this candle as a good opportunity. I had a wick. It was bearish. The body of the candle was closed below the previous candle open, and I thought this was a good opportunity for a potential push back down. That didn't happen in the M5. There was a bit of support in that area. There wasn't a lot of push, but there were some candles indicating that this could be a place that price could obey and shoot down. It did not. It went back up further, and then this candle happened. I was worried that it was going to break through and continue up, and then this bullish candle with the big flag, and then the inside candle here on top of that gave me another entry that I took. Now the significance of this level is more so than any of the others. This was okay, alright, that was fine, this was fine. But this was the good one here because it was at the resistance point at the top that was already hit a couple times in the past. And this was 15 minutes before the news, the GDP news on the CAD. And I was debating if I wanted to take this position or not so close to the news because this was one lot trade. This was a 2-lot trade, and this was a 4-lot trade here at the top. So they were pretty substantial in size. So this one was a great entry. There was no drawdown on this actual trade entry. I waited till it started pushing pre-news. So up until just minutes, just a few seconds before the news. I actually pulled this trade out right before the news came out, about 10 seconds before the news was released. The reason why I didn't wait for the news is because I didn't want to get stuck in a bounce. As you can see, what happened? Well, right after this candle closed, there was a huge gap. Well, not huge, but pretty large for the pair of 28 pips. Now, if the news was negative CAD, it was actually very positive. Then this could have shot up, and we could have had a gap on the other side. And I didn't want to get stuck in a gap when I'm already in at 7 lots already. All right, so that's why I closed out, took my profit just seconds before the news came out, and then it pushed back down in a big way. All right, and it's currently still pushing down. Now I'm in 2 positions now, uh, and looking for a bounce back up. So I have 0.5 lots and one lot trade going in right now, or just went a bit ago. The first entry was an inside candle setup on the M5, which I thought was a pretty good setup here. It didn't really work out because this was a previous support area, and I thought there was good potential for bounce. Nothing happened, so I waited for the next opportunity. Another inside candle setup, some indication for a potential bounce here, and the reason why I say that is because look at the inside candle. All right, this candle pushed up a bit, shot back down. This one it went lower, and then it made a big wick. And so a progression of candlesticks showed me that there is some support here. Now, how much? Obviously, it's still to be said because we have been pushing lower than that. But this still is intact if we don't break any lower than we are now. So what I'm waiting for at this point is another inside candle or bullish engulfing type of setup, or just something that shows me that this push that's going down is slowing. Right now, we have had a couple of indications that that it could be slowing, but I'll keep taking any hints that I can get at this point. Okay, so we are about 16 pips from order 1 to order 2, 16.5 pips. So it's pretty close to each other, but I am using a little less risk here at 0.5 lots, and I'll be looking for not too big of a profit, probably about $50 or so, maybe a bit less. Okay, so that's pretty much it. You guys can watch how these trades basically continue to progress, and it might be some time before I can actually get out of this trade. But you'll see that eventually I'm going to get to the point where I get the reversal right. I can only go off of hints of the price, like here, thinking that this could push down from that point, and it very well could have, but it broke up higher, and then I entered here, not quite right again, entered here, yes, finally got it, and then it pushed down. So I'm looking to do a very similar thing here, entering on these positions and then probably somewhere down lower, but right now I still haven't gotten an indication that this is going to push up in a big way yet. All right, so we probably have some questions coming in. Hi Norbert. Yes, Dat1. Yeah, I'm glad that you knew what music I was playing. uh, so what else can I talk about besides just kind of playing things out with the pound CAD? Any questions that you guys have that you want to ask me? What my plans are with the account? Right now we're up to 1,654, so we're well on our way. Total profit for this month, and I've only been going since the 23rd. Has almost been 7%. So I am definitely beating my expectations at this point. In the progression of trying to achieve 11,000 or $12,000 profit. Um, but the big thing, the reason why I'm so far ahead is because of that $1,127 profit yesterday that I hit. Um, so right now I'd only be in 754 if I wasn't for that basket. There is, let me see, let me show you what the account looks like now on the MyFX book. So MyFX book is showing a 26% drawdown of the account. Um, and I'm surprised that it didn't hit more yesterday. I'm glad that I was able to pull out the profit, not hitting, 30% or more than 26% drawdown. Their expectation for me is 6.9% on a monthly basis, but I think that will probably be increased because this month I've only been trading a week of the month. Uh, so yeah, the current trades now, I would like to for them to close out. We're getting a bit of a push here, but this isn't a good entry for me. This candle. So this is a good candle, especially if it closes where it is right now. We still have about a minute and 40 seconds left of the candle itself, and so a lot of stuff can happen in that time. I want to see what I'm looking for is for a candle to break the previous low, make a new low, and then pull back up, make a wick on the bottom. So make a wick and then break and close above the previous open. That shows to me that there is a bounce ready to happen or potentially ready to happen. And I want to try to capture that or get on board if that's the case, even if it's just a possible hint. Um, and so, guys, that's pretty much what I wanted to cover today. I'm not sure how interesting it would be for me just to turn on some music and you guys to watch these trades. Let me know in the chat. There's a few of you in here, so I'm not sure how many questions or responses I would get. But if you want me to just turn on some music in the background, and you can watch how this trade turns out, then I wouldn't mind doing that. But otherwise, I think I might just stop talking. Um, and you can see how this plays out. We've got a lot of time left, 20 minutes. I'm sorry, we've only been going for 18 minutes. Um, so maybe I can just sit here and trade and be quiet for a while, and you can watch in the background. And when something happens, that's when I'll speak up. So for those of you that are watching this pre-recorded or after the stream was done, um, you can fast forward to see how the trades turn out, or maybe the stream ends before it even does. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up and let this go. And if you have any questions, I'm here, and you can ask them. Celebrate your 1K profit. I am actually going out, but it's not to celebrate the 1K profit. It's actually to celebrate my wife and I are moving to a new apartment, and the complex gave us an apartment and put us down for the apartment, but then they realized that the person that was already in the apartment that was leaving wasn't actually leaving. So they were scrambling and ended up giving us a bigger apartment for the same price. So that's why we're celebrating. It's because we completely lucked out because of a complex's mistake. I'll take it. Yeah, Norbert. Yeah, the chat is late. It's well, obviously I'm not looking at it right away either, but it takes about an 8 to 10 second delay on the video compared to the chat. Okay, so this is a nice candle. There's no meaning behind it for me though. Yes, it is a bullish an engulfing candle, but I wanted it to make a new low and it didn't. Um, so right now this no entry for me. It's also too close to my second order. So exit, since we're martingaling, the exit will be uh, about in this area, probably, for a take profit on both positions. So those of you that are just joining, I'm not going to be talking a whole lot since I've already explained my trades already, so you can watch the stream after to see how what I did, how much profit we've made today so far. But this is just to show current positions that I'm in, and to see if they actually take profit while I'm on the stream. I'll probably will wait the next 30 minutes or so to see if my current positions will close out in profit, just so you can see something working. Okay, so we also had, I should mention this real fast while we're waiting. The Euro Pound, or the Oanda account, actually closed out for profit as well. And I'm going to show you that now. Okay, so this is the pound CAD on the pound CAD. You can see where the first entry was. I should go to the 30-minute actually. See where the exit is from all the trades, right? From all the basket, all of them closed out at the same time. And we hit about 50 pips profit amongst all these orders. So I was happy to be out of that position. And we had two positions after that were short, and for another 50 pips profit that was hit. Okay. So things have been going very well on that account. All right, so the current candle is pushing down a bit. We'll see how much this bottom area acts as a support. The Oanda account that has just $1,000 in it this is what the equity imbalance curve looks like there. 21% profit, 4.17% this month, and a 21% 0.8% drawdown. So this account's been going for some time, and the profit has been very good. I ended up adding an extra pair for a while, and that's why you see the equity a little lower. But that has been discontinued. I'm still just running one pair, which is the pound CAD now. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. Looking for $50 profit here. By the way, guys, I'm not going to be doing this stream forever. If JP Morgan signs me on as a trader, I will probably have to stop all external activities, including streams, trading for clients, and yeah, so that might be something that I may have to do. But I'll keep you informed. So just a short update. We are getting some support down here just by the candlesticks. I'm looking at them continuing, so this big one here still. That was the one that I didn't see much of when it came out or when it closed, but I see this wick here at the bottom. It did hit near the low there, and then this current candle here. If this is an inside candle and closes that way, I think it might still be too close. That's pretty dang close. I might look at that as an entry point. I'll have to decide. I only have about 2 minutes left to make that decision. And if I do, I will go in at 2 lots. So I'm going to play that out. If it gets too close, I want it to be at least 10 pips apart from my second order. If it's not 10 pips, if it's under 10 pips, then I may not take it because I don't want my orders to be too close together. Sure, that is the application that I'm using for writing on the screen. There's quite a few of them. This is called Epic Pen. Okay, so looking for an entry here. It's close. It's really close. I'm going to check it on the 15-minute time frame. I think I will take this position. This is going to be a little tricky because this is also going to be an inside candle setup on the 15-minute time frame. So we're going to stop the music for a second. Okay, so we have about 20 seconds left to enter this trade. Sure, yeah, I can try to find a link for you. Hold on. Let me enter this trade first. Okay, so the orders are a little close for my comfort. It's really tight. I hope that I'm okay with that, being that close. That means I really need to push here. The reason I took it that close was because of the inside candle setup on the 15-minute chart on top of that. So I'm seeing indication on the 5-minute and the 15-minute. Let's see if it actually comes out for me or rolls out in profit. So meanwhile, I'm going to try to find that link for Forex Feeder for Epic Pen. I think this is the website that I downloaded it on, Forex Feeder. this will be my last trade of the day, or last trade basket of the day. Then I probably won't take any more positions after that until Monday. It's pretty important that I have a bounce here, but if a bounce up. If I don't, then I will make adjustments. So it's currently moving down against me. So this area down here, I really want that to hold. This is acting as a support right now. And if it holds, I'm in good shape. I'm watching the candle, seeing how it's behaving to this bottom level, and so far, since it keeps bouncing up and down on that level, that's a good sign, but we'll see. It could blow past it at any point. But it's nice to see some hesitation there. So let's go ahead and see where, if there's more significance than just the candlesticks that I'm looking at this level. I'm going to check the previous support resistance levels to see if there's any extra meat on this actual trade. So we're going to mark the other small areas of support and to see if any of those ones are the same place where we are now. Okay, yes. The first one, so we're going to delete these other ones. So this one does have some significance. It was hit here, hit again here. It was broken here and found support later on, but this level does have a lot of significance. So waiting to see what happens. If anybody has any positions that they're in and want me to dissect or to analyze, I can do that as well while we're waiting for this. Or you can just sit here and watch the price if you'd like. It's up to you. Forex Feeder, I am long NZD CAD from 92.810. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at that actually real fast. I find that a lot of people like to trade the NZD pairs. I find it very interesting why. I think those pairs are very temperamental and like to try to stay away from them. Okay, NZD CAD. So I'm long NZD CAD 92.810. 92. A10. It's a good entry. Any significance to why you took the position down there? Is it because of the inside candle? Because there looks like there was almost an inside candle set up there. The low of the actual setup candle was maybe a bit too low. It went 92.754, while this candle went 754. So this was still an inside candle. So yeah, I would have looked at an entry potentially right there too. So right after this inside candle, entry on the next candle. And right now we would be, if that was the case, we would be in a good eight pips profit. That's in on the 15 minute. On the 1 hour, there is an inside candle setup happening currently if the candle closes where it is, but there's still a good 20 minutes left of the candle itself. I took it in spike. Also, if we see NZD already oversold. Well, Forex Feeder, um, I think it's a decent position. I mean, it is well overextended. Hold on. Before I continue, let me check my position here. Okay, it looks like it's going flat. It is well overextended. I mean, it's been in a downtrend for quite some time, especially since really obvious since the 27th of March. So it's been pushing down. Um, but if we're looking at it, there is some significance to this level, not just with the inside candle setup, but we're also on a whole number. So 1.93 is here as well. So this level could see some pullback, definitely. And I say could because we just don't know. All right. So I'll come back to that in a second. So here we go. Here's a level. And is it going to break? Are we going to get a wick here? Is it going to break? Is it going to close? What's going to happen? The candle is still, they're still acting like something is down here. Like they don't want to push down quite yet in a big way. The more candles I see sticking to that level, the better off we are. But if it does break down and we have a close below the 165.6 level, then I might be more in trouble. Not necessarily trouble, but I'm gonna have to wait a little longer to get out of the position. So yeah, my entry would have been I would have waited for the 1 hour after this big push and waited for the 1 hour to close to the current candle to close in as bullish and then enter on the next candle, which is in 20 minutes. And the reason why is because we have a whole number and we have an inside candle set up. Really good indication um, or hint at a pullback or bounce. I don't know how long you plan to hold the position. Um, Hopefully not too long. Typically, I would go for 20 to 50 pips on something like that. You're in the GCAD long. It's danger. Can drop more. Well, anything can drop more. Your NZD CAD could drop more too. That's the thing that we're playing here. Is that this is um, both of us are in a counter trend type of position here, right? Um, and I would much rather be short uh, the pound CAD, considering uh, the current turmoil that the Brexit continues to uh, cloud on this pair. Um, but there are many reasons why I am trading here. And if we mark the level and we look at the price action, I see multiple areas that could show us a bounce on the M5. I see a inside candle set up here on the M15. I marked the level because this level does have some significance in the past, and also back here as well. I'm expecting a pullback here. I don't need a large pullback by any means, because I am in a sort of martingale type of situation here. So that means that I need less pips in order to come out in profit here. In order to hit profit, I'll probably need the price to hit back up here. So now we're looking at a good 17 or so pips on the upside. uh, we can play like your strategy first three positions like 0.05 and then a sharp up and down open at 0.050. Yeah, I do have a fluctuation of price or lot sizes. If you go down back to the original, you'll see some trades were pretty small. But it's not 0.05. It's actually 0.5. And you can't quite see it very well. Let me. Yeah, so there's the lot sizes here. 0.5, one lot, and then two. So I'm doubling. This is a full-fledged martingale uh, push here in scalping. This is very similar how I play the market and my TMA scalping strategy, which is this one with this indicator. Which I've had a lot of success with in the past. Same kind of money management with the martingale, um, and I am using higher lot sizes. It's because the pound cat is a little bit more volatile. Um, I'm liking this candle right now. I'm hoping that it closes with a lot more strength than it is right now, um, and I hope that it closes above the previous open, um, and that would be a good thing for me. So just so people know that I'm trading, I'm going to continue the music. Does my mic sound okay? I was having some issues with it before, so I'm not sure if it's sounding okay. I guess you guys would have let me know earlier on. Are you talking about my strategy or your strategy at Forex Trader? He says, believe me, this strategy is amazing. If followed strictly, uh, losing chance very low. I don't know about very low, but if you're wise with your decisions that you make and you have a plan, then you usually can come out on top. If you give your trades some space, that's always a plus too. All right, so we had a very good closing candle here. I think that this is um, a good sign. Why? Because this candle happened and this one happened as well. Uh, me, we shot up, shot back down. This happened again. I think that this will push up from here. Just by watching what price is doing. Okay, so we're gonna get ready to close out here. We're gonna close out the highest trade first. Okay. I want about 50 to $100. $100 being my max. Okay, so we're getting some pullback here on the current candle. How much juice does this have? So I'm going to stop the music again since we're getting pretty close. So I'm going to be watching this to see this candle. I'm looking at the price to see how it's behaving. If it's shooting up and shooting down, it's giving us a wick. It's going back into full body. Um, it kind of gives me hints into how much power we have in this move up. And if I don't see a lot, see if it's cutting back like this and it closes with a wick on top, then I'm more anxious to close this earlier, and not shoot for $100 profit. I'd shoot for something like 50, because I'm seeing that this pullback that I'm looking for may not extend as far as I was originally hoping. So this candle still has about 3 minutes left. Ooh, excuse me. This kind of trading can be emotional, guys. I don't recommend it for everybody. I recommend it for people that are used to watching price on the lower time frames. The longer that you watch price on the lower time frames on any pair, the more you can start to understand how that price reacts and behaves, when orders come in, when orders are going out, how big are the candles, how small are they, what did they look like, and so on and so forth. But you need to do some practice. I would recommend doing this on demo first, because it can be hella dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, so we're almost there. Ah, it just keeps pulling back. I'm gonna probably shoot for less profit here. Okay, so this candle doesn't really look like it's got the juice in it. Not yet, at least. It still has about 2 minutes left. Sure, first yours, and I'm following your one as well. Very cool. That's what Forex Feeder was saying. So let's see what it looks like. This current action is looking like on the 15-minute time frame. All right, that's a good candle on the 15-minute time frame. So we have the inside candle, and then the one right after has a big wick with a small body on the bullish side. Um, that's a really good sign for a push here. I like what I see on the 15-minute. I'm not liking what I'm seeing on the M5, at least not yet. This candle still has about a minute left. I'm still looking at closing at about $100, but we'll see what happens here. All right, so since nothing's happening right now, I'll turn the music back on. So for those of you that are just joining or don't know what I'm doing, I am in a strategy right now with 3 trades, 50, 0.5, 1 lot and 2 lots, looking for a small push, closing out at about $100 profit. So that's about 0.5%, 0.4, 0.4%. Not quite getting it yet, and patiently waiting. And I wanted to show this live on stream, so I'm hoping that this will close out before I end this stream today. So close, guys, so close. We'll probably get a pop here and I'll close out. See, I'm ready. We got my mouse on the button. I got to be pretty fast with it because it can be pretty volatile. And I don't want to get massive slippage when I'm trying to close out all the positions. Okay, so we're just hit some profit. Still waiting for a bit more. $40 that we hit. 56. I want slightly more. I'm like staring at that number. Okay, closed out. I saw about $80 profit, and that's what I wanted to go for. So we ended up taking 90 with slippage. Let me turn off the music and explain this a little bit. Okay, so for those that just joined in, just had a live basket on screen during the stream, and all we entered two, I think it was two trades or just one. Um, Actually, it might have been two during the stream. And Martingale, this is a scalping strategy. This is very similar to what I do on the Euro US dollar, but I'm doing it on the pound CAD today. And I see some good opportunities and some good levels. That's why I've been taking some positions. The first one was $52 profit. The second one was $90 profit. And we closed out, just closed out the trades, all three of them, and tried to close them out as fast as possible at the same time when we got a pop in price. Now the bottom. Now I explained this to the guys already that have been watching the whole time, but we had this level down here that I was watching. But originally it was this inside candle set up. There was another inside candle here on the M5. I took two positions. The third one was after seeing this candle on the M5 and the combination of that with what I was seeing on the M15. M15 was this inside candle set up here and the following candle right after. Following candle had a big wick with the a bullish closing above the opening of the previous candle with a nice big wick. Further indication for a potential bounce there. And was enrolled with it. Now you guys saw what I did all on screen, and this was something that I really wanted to do in one of my streams before I end my streams entirely because of potentially going off and doing other things with AKA maybe JP Morgan. Um, and so the I won't be able to do this stuff if I turn into an institutional trader. This kind of scalping strategy can only be done in retail trading when you have when you have uh, leverage of 1,000 to 1. And oh, thanks Forex Feeder. He says good job on the trade. But you guys, in the description of my video is a link to LMFX. Now, if you join LMFX under that link, I can give you a 18-cent rebate for every 0.1 lot trade that you have in. If it's a one lot trade, I can give you a $1.80 rebate. So, for example, if you trade one lot on your account, I can give you a rebate of $1.80 for every single lot that you have in for trading at LMFX, and that will be instant. So once you close out the trade, you will get that $1.80, and it will be automatic. And so I like to try to help people out. If you want to get reimbursed for some of your trades that you take, for some of the volume that you use, join through that link. This broker is actually really good. I've been trading with them since the 23rd. Their execution's great. Their spreads are very good most of the time. And even on pairs like the pound CAD, this is not an ECN account, and I don't care for an ECN account even during scalping because I don't want to deal with commission. I'd rather take a 4 pip spread than deal with commission. I don't like the commission being shown on the account, and worrying about how much they're going to be, how much is being deducted. I'd rather just go with an open with a spread, um, with a standard spread. LMFX is so far really great. I haven't made any withdrawals from them yet. I plan on doing that probably in the next 2 weeks or so. So that will be the big thing. Hoping I'm still streaming, Dan, um, to show if how the withdrawal was held, how well did they do it, how long did it take, um, and were there a lot of questions to be asked. But so far, usually what tells me if a broker is good or not is how their price behaves. If I see slippage, if I see high fees, if I see spreads jumping up all the time, that's not a good broker. Um, and if I don't see trades closing out fast, or getting requotes, that's always a bad indication. But so far with LMFX, I've really enjoying my time with them, and I hope that continues. All right. So, if you want to get some rebates on all your trades, they actually add up too. The $1.80, especially if you were trading with scalping like I'm doing here with like a multiple $1,000 account, and you're still getting those rebates even on 0.01 lot trade, even on the smallest amount of lot position, you're still going to get a rebate. And if it's 0.1 lot, you're going to get an 18-cent rebate on every 0.1 lot trade that you make as well. And those, yes, those add up, and they are in your back office, and you can withdraw them, or deposit them back into your trading account. It's just extra funds to work with. All right, so before I sign off here, I want to show you what's happening now. Excuse me. Okay, so we had the push up, right? And I exited my trade right before the pullback, and so now it's going back down, and it's moved back down quite a bit since I exited my trades. Yes, you could say that was lucky. It's moved down 15 pips since I exited my position. You could say that it was lucky that I closed out here, but taking into consideration how many orders I had in, uh, and my level, how tight they were, I knew not to look for more than $100 profit, and shooting for 50. I do think this will continue up from here. I do think that the pullback will be much more. And if I were to guess where the pullback would go to, if that's even helpful to anybody, I would go. Sorry, I'm getting some lag with my computer. I have too much running right now. This is where I would think the pullback would go to. It would maybe bounce, break it, and then head back down. Right now, it's looking like it's going to retest the same level again. We'll see what happens if it does. I do think it will bounce again off this level and then probably continue to range throughout the day. Um, this level down here is really heavy. It's and it shows on multiple time frames, right? This is the 1 hour, and so this level has a lot of substance to it. And that's going to be the case on a lot of the pound pairs. If you're just looking at the pound USD, this level down here is really important as well. All right, so I think that's my last trade for the day. I don't think I'm going to be entering anything else. I've done very well for the week, so let's show you what that looks like. So we ended up pulling out $1,745 since we started on the 23rd of March, which is a 7.3% profit. We came out with 54 pips today, which is a $342 profit and 1.35% gain, with a total of 12.75 lots out during the course of the day. All right, stream is dead. Uh, Stream dead. I don't know. Might close that gap. Um, okay, so I'm not sure what you mean exactly, Robert. It's the end of the month, end of the day, end of the quarter, so care needed ahead. Indeed, that's very true, Forex Feeder. All right, guys. I hope to see you next time on Monday. I will be doing a stream. I probably won't have any trades in since I don't plan on trading anymore throughout the day unless I have some EA trades that go in, which is possible at this level on the pound CAD. If I get a inside candle here on the 30-minute time frame, I might have some EA trades that go in, and those are automatic, so I won't be trading manually anymore, but my EAs will continue to trade. All right, so that's it, and I hope to see you Monday, and have a good rest of the weekend, and take it easy. See you guys. Bye.